guys, welcome back. So today's video is featuring the dog Luna. She's snoozing right now because it's kind of late, but I wanted to do a 2-week update on Mercari. So I did do a kind of first weekend video on Mercari. I am testing it out for a month to see if I want to add this as a third platform to my already current eBay and Poshmark platforms for my reselling business. This is just kind of my halfway point, and I've learned some and I have some numbers to share, so I thought it would be helpful. If that sounds interesting, definitely keep watching, hit the subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and definitely hit the thumbs up on your way out if you want me to keep sharing the Mercari stuff, just so I know that you guys are interested. So, all right, so it's just a little over 2 weeks, but I did run these numbers and everything a couple nights ago. So this should be in line with about the 2-week mark. I have a little over 200 items currently listed on Mercari. Again, a couple nights ago, I did do some listing the last couple days. So I think I'm probably closer to 250 now, but as of this point, I've had 8 sales, and this is in a 2-week period. So that's not terrible. All of them were offers sent to me, and there were no full price purchases for me. The good thing about Mercari is though that you don't really get any lowball stuff. They don't really allow it. I've sold 7 tops and 1 bag, and the sale price was $193 for those 8 items. Now, these were all items that had been sitting and not selling on eBay and Poshmark. They were not newer items. These were all items that were at least three months to over a year old. And I don't think that's terrible for a couple weeks. I mean, the amount of work I put into it, I'll probably go into better detail, but not much. I have not put much work or time involved in kind of getting some stuff up. I have been using a cross-listing program to kind of streamline the bulk cross-listing process. The dog's snoring. So, Boo, do you want to go lay down? You want to go to bed? I know. You have a bright light shining on you. She usually likes dark spots at this hour, but I just turn on the lights. Okay, so what the payout? So the good thing about Mercari is that you only have 10% fees, which is really easy to calculate and figure out. It's also just very minimal. So the payout for the $193 was $173.10. Now, I did have to pay shipping. I was offering or am offering free shipping on all my items. And I'm buying my labels through Pirate Ship. So when you remove the $34.72 it cost me to ship all those items, it brings the net profit down to $117. Now, again, minimal work in a two-week period. And most of these platforms, I don't know about Mercari, but Poshmark and eBay, especially eBay, to see big numbers, it just takes time and consistency. So I'm assuming if I stay consistent with listing and grow my inventory, I will have more sales. But so the cost for me per shipping each item was $4.34 on Pirate Ship. Now, shipping is not as complicated as eBay, because there are some easy things that Mercari does, although I think it still confuses me. So if you do not want to deal with trying to figure out your own shipping labels, specifically through something like Pirate Ship, you can buy labels through Mercari, which is great, but you still need to be able to weigh the items. You still need to be able to kind of figure out what's the best for you. If you're selling clothing, primarily, most of your items are probably first class, under a pound, except jeans or heavy coats or something like that. And they've got a couple different things. Because I've never used their shipping, so they're one of their lower shipping. Most of these items would have been in that $4.99 range, over 8 ounces, less than a pound. Most of them. There was one item that was a bag that was more, that I had to ship priority, but it would have been about $4.99 per item. Because I did it through Pirate Ship, it was only $4.34 per item. So I did save some money by going through Pirate Ship, but it also complicates the process. If you're not using Pirate Ship for any other purpose, if you're just like, I'm coming from Poshmark and they just send me labels and I'm overwhelmed, then it might be too much to do Pirate Ship, so it wouldn't be worth the extra kind of savings. But for me, I did save a little bit by using a program that wasn't Mercari for shipping labels. All right, so I currently have 199 items active and listed. And then with the 8 sold, I have listed 207 items on Mercari. Mostly tops, some shorts, and a few bags. And then I'm just now starting to do some dresses. So just a little update. And I know someone asked, if this isn't your main platform, why are you criticizing the platform? And that was on my last video. This isn't criticizing the platform. This is me sharing, and I do sell on other platforms. And I think it's important for me to be self-reflective of some good and some bad. So that if you're watching this and you're thinking, maybe I should sell on Mercari, maybe some of the good and bad that I share could give you the nudge or the reluctancy to try this platform. And I think everyone has different opinions on what they like and don't like. So it's just sharing my thoughts. But I've only been on the platform for a couple weeks. Some of my more like annoying things about the platform might just be my own issue of just not spending much time to figure it out. But I think after a couple weeks, I feel like I've sorted out through some of that stuff. And I think I now understand that there's just some annoying factors. But to start with the good things, it's still easy to list. Now I list on the computer. I think it's easier to list on the phone is what I'm told. But because I'm cross-listing stuff from eBay and trying to get my photos pulled over from eBay and just some of the stuff that I've already typed from eBay, the cross-listing, it has to be done on the computer for me. Now, if I'm only listing a new item, like I'm just selling something out of my closet, listing on the app probably would be better, at least from what I've heard from people. But so I think they cater to mobile, but I'm using the desktop or the computer version to list. It is easy to ship, but keep in mind, I'm coming from eBay. So if you're coming from Poshmark, this is going to be annoying. If you're coming from eBay, it's still kind of annoying because they have this weird, they want you to use their labels, but then and they want you to offer free shipping, but you don't have to. So there are choices, and with choices comes confusion about what is going to be the best thing for you. For me, free shipping on older items, not that big of a deal. It's less fees, so it's really not that much more out of my pocket versus selling that same item on Poshmark with higher fees. And for me, I've already figured out shipping because of eBay, so it's not as daunting. But I would say shipping is probably the most annoying thing if you were coming from Poshmark, because you actually have to decide what works best for you. You need to weigh items, and all of that can seem a little daunting. But they make it somewhat easy, kind of. So yeah. Clearing out some old inventory that has been sitting for me, that's been kind of the blessing of Mercari, is I'm selling some stuff that I just couldn't sell on my other platforms. And so by doing a little bit of work and time in the cross listing, I'm selling product that I already have. At this time, when I'm not able to go thrifting or sourcing to find new items, I'm really reliant on my own inventory. So if I can sell more stuff out of my own inventory, it's really great. It's just different buyers and different visibility. So I did make over $100 in a couple of weeks. Now, that's not that much, but considering I didn't do much work, considering my goal is, so that's after fees, that's after shipping. Sales-wise, it was almost a couple $100. My goal is by the end of the first month that I'm going to be at about $500 in sales. When you remove the shipping and the fees, it should leave me with, $250 to $300, probably about $300. And I don't think that's terrible for a first month on a platform. With minimal work. So again, this is all just cross-listing, so it's pretty easy to do that for me. But let's see. Better deals for buyers on this app. It's a decrease in fees, which allows sellers to offer free shipping. Buyers get a better deal. So I'm selling things at a much cheaper rate on Mercari. So if you were a buyer, because the company Mercari is not taking as much in fees, I'm able to offer it either at a slightly discounted rate or, like I said, with the free shipping, which is cheaper for the buyer. So something that I'm selling for $12 with free shipping on Mercari, I would probably have to sell for $15 on Poshmark, plus you'd pay the shipping there, if that makes sense, to get the same amount. So let me see. No, maybe if it's $12 on Poshmark, when you remove the $2.95, for me, it would leave me with about $9. Yeah, so if I sold it on Mercari, they take about $1.20 in fees. I ship it in a few dollars. So basically, it's I can let something go for less on Mercari because less fees. Yeah. So if I were a buyer, I'd probably buy more on Mercari just because of this. All right. So some of the kind of not so great things or more annoying things about it. If you are going to list on the computer, I know I had people comment on my last video. No, it must be user error. You're doing something wrong. I never have to put in my zip code. I have logged in and out and in and out. I still have not listed on the phone, but I have confirmed you do not need to enter a zip code if you list on the phone. I do not list on the phone. I list on the computer, and it asks me every single listing what my zip code is. This is not that hard. That is a very quick fix from an engineer to pull that information that's already stored in my Mercari account information. So that's just really unnecessary and drives me a little crazy. The other thing is shipping. I just want them to save my shipping. I don't want to every single time have to put in, I want to offer shipping for free, and I will ship on my own. That should be something I can just save and set and not have to plug in every time. So again, this is desktop. I believe those are not the issue on the mobile, but I'm never gonna list on the mobile because I do sell on multiple platforms. All right, 100% really driving me nuts, and this could be something I haven't figured out, but there's no dashboard or seller stats. I don't expect much. I mean, eBay, I love because you can get so much data. Poshmark, you can download a sales report or an inventory report, decent. Mercari, I can't figure out even how much I have listed on there. I had to go in and manually count just to put my numbers in for this. It doesn't tell me how many items I have listed. It does tell you how much you have sold, but it's very, very minimal reporting and worse than Poshmark on the data. So wowzers, they are not catering to business sellers. They are simply catering to people just selling out of their closets is my assumption. But some seller reporting would be really, really helpful. And the bare minimum of just do something like Poshmark's doing, a download when the seller wants to access something. That's pretty easy. So, and they have the data because they use the data. So I'm not sure why they haven't incorporated that, but that might be a deal breaker for me because without seller reports, yeah, which also they don't collect sales tax. My understanding, they do not collect sales tax if you decide to ship on your own. So eBay collects sales tax, Poshmark collects sales tax. I now have to go back to filing a sales tax return every quarter for my Mercari sales because they don't collect it because you're not shipping through them. Again, this is my understanding, but that's really annoying. Yeah. So there was a coupon I got, and I know a number of people in the comments in the last video said that the coupon was basically useless unless you spend $100. I have now verified that. It was useless. I did not spend the $25 coupon because I'm not going to spend $100 on a platform as a reseller when I don't have any need for anything. So I got the coupon, but I never used it, and I probably won't use their coupons if they have that sort of criteria. So I don't get as many messages as I did the first couple sales. So some people just buy it with an offer, which is great. But I have gotten some messages from people asking if I will accept a lower price than what they can offer on the item, which is, so you'll still get some low ballers is the easiest way of putting that. Now, I don't respond to those people because I just don't. I'm offering free shipping. It's already discounted from my other platforms. And I think you can do 20% off as the offer range. I just don't, because all in all, they're getting 40 to 50% off of what the other platforms are getting. So yeah, I just don't even respond, but that's kind of annoying. And some people did tell me in the comments in the last video that they had encountered that and it was kind of annoying. And I agree. Okay. Because I'm listing a few more things outside of tops, I've noticed a couple of weird things. One, shorts. What? I like to sell shorts, like denim shorts, jean shorts, casual shorts. There's only one shorts category and it's under athletic, which is not the majority of, I don't sell a lot of athletic shorts. I don't even think I have any athletic shorts. Why? Why can't you have a shorts category and then just have athletic be one of the side options for that? I don't understand this, but they don't. So all of my shorts are under athletic shorts unless someone tells me otherwise. That drove me crazy. Some people did tell me in the last video that they had encountered that and it was kind of annoying. And I agree. Okay. Because I'm listing a few more things outside of tops, I've noticed a couple of weird things. One, shorts. What? I like to sell shorts, like denim shorts, jean shorts, casual shorts. There's only one shorts category and it's under athletic, which is not the majority of, I don't sell a lot of athletic shorts. I don't even think I have any athletic shorts. But they don't. So I all of my shorts are under athletic shorts unless someone tells me otherwise. That drove me crazy. Also, I think dresses, one of the types of dresses I pick up a lot because I wear this a lot is a shift dress. And that's not an option of a style of dress. And you have to pick a style. And there are certain styles that just don't make sense. So I had to list some dresses that do not fit in one of their categories. And it was like, well, this is the closest thing, but it doesn't make sense to me. So again, they're trying to simplify it, but with that simplification, and this is kind of the downside of eBay is it's complex. The upside of eBay is you have all these options that fit every single thing you need. Downside of Poshmark and Mercari, they simplify it, but then their simplification doesn't match up with something that you need. And then you get frustrated because it's like, I have to pick something, but it doesn't make sense. So, all right. Another downside is rating a buyer to get payment without seeing their rating. Someone actually mentioned this in the comments. So my selling limit was lifted after one completed sale. So I was limited to 100. And then right when that person rated it, I tried to list more and I could. So I don't know if I'm currently on a limit, but I've passed 200 easily. So far so good. But yeah, you're required to rate the buyer, but you can't see what they rated you. So they could give you a 1 star and be super unhappy. And then you send them a rating of 5-star buyer. eBay, what I like is I typically don't rate someone unless I see their rating. And then so if you give me a decent rating on eBay, I'm going to give you a great rating, even though a buyer is a buyer for me. And unless there's some dramatic, but like eBay, you can't negatively rate a buyer. So really it's just, I'll give you a good rating if you give me a rating. To get your money on Mercari, you have to rate them, but then you just don't know how. Now I've gotten all decent ratings, like nothing's been a problem, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, what happens when they have something go off and then I don't know. It's just a little weird, or just don't require the rating to get the money. Like recommend it, incentivize it, but don't require it because I don't know. I don't want that holding my money hostage. And I don't know what they're saying about me. And then the last kind of annoying thing is I sold 2 items to the same person, but I didn't realize that it was the same person until after I printed the first label. Now I'm buying labels on Pirate Ship. And the good thing about that is I can save a little bit of money. The downside is if I want to cancel a label, I actually have to wait the 30 days or something. Don't quote me, but I think it's something like to get your refund on a canceled label, it's something like you have to wait 30 days. And so I printed out this label and it was a bag that needed to go priority. So it was a medium, I think it was a medium flat rate box that was about $12. Well, then she ordered a top, a very thin Lululemon top. I could have put the top in the priority box and not had any additional shipping, but it wasn't until I went to go pull that second item that I realized, oh, this is the same person. Man, I don't want to go cancel this and have to wait 30 days to get my money back. I'm just going to ship it 2 separate things. So I wish Mercari would kind of put them together if there's multiple purchases from the same person so that when you go to ship, you kind of know before doing any labels that you could put it all together. And I don't know, maybe they don't want you to do that, but I think I could have saved around $350 if I had known this. So it's not much, but I feel like there is a solution there in the back end from an engineering perspective. So, all right. So what's next with Mercari? So I'm good to go for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to just keep listing. My goal is to get to 500 listed active items. And I feel like in a month, having 500 listings, that will give me a good gauge of, do I want to continue with this platform? Now, if I were able to get $500 in my first month and then keep growing my inventory to be more comparable to Poshmark and eBay, which is about 1,200 active listings, I could see 500 turning into 600, turning into 700, and it not being better than my other 2 platforms, but it being a nice cushion. What my goal is to actually take money from Mercari and just put it into a savings account. And that can go towards paying taxes. That can go to just a little bit of business cushion. And so just not touching it. And that's kind of my goal. If I had $500 to $600 coming in that I could just direct to a different bank account, that seems like a really easy thing to just incorporate, every couple days listing, some new stuff on Mercari. But I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point. So I'm not wasting any time sharing. I don't really feel like there's any social component, which is really nice. It's kind of like the list it and leave it. I do think there's probably some incentivizing with just keeping up listings. So all my sales take place after I've listed 20 items that day. So on days where I'm not listing, I'm not getting any sales, but it's also too soon to really tell kind of what that means. And yeah, I'm just gonna give it a full month before I try and determine if this is worth my time. It's not hard for me. It just worries me that if something sells on one platform and I don't remove it from the other two, there's a higher likelihood that I'm gonna miss some things. So it's gotta be worthwhile and I've gotta see some potential, but so far, not bad. Yeah, so anyways, that's my Mercari update. I'll be back in a couple weeks to tell you my first month, any new updates and kind of my plan moving forward. If I'm going to move forward with this platform, I will say the first few days were frustrating, but it got easier after those first few days. And yeah, I'm selling stuff, so I can't really complain at the moment. I mean, I think there's room for improvement on all these platforms, and that's okay. Hopefully they're always working to improve things, but yeah. So anyways, hit the thumbs up if you like the Mercari update videos. Luna is tired, so I need to actually dial back and get some work done without talking to a camera with bright lights. But I hope to see you in another video. Subscribe if you aren't, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.